mysteries, revelations, and intense emotions. Get ready for a story that will stir your emotions. In a moment of extreme tension, during childbirth, a brave woman decides to confess to her husband that he is not the father of her child. A story full of love, pain, and overcoming is about to unfold. Celine and Lorenzo, two young people who met as children and built a strong connection from an early age. Their lives intertwined amidst innocent games and mutual support during the adversities faced in low-income families. As they matured, their friendship turned into love, and together they made plans for a better future. After graduating from high school, they decided to pool their savings to make Celina's dream of becoming a journalist come true. The difficulties further strengthened the couple's bond, and marriage cemented their unwavering love. Final romantic dinner marked the vows of eternal mutual support, triggering a chain of events that would change their lives forever. Upon returning from her professional trip, Celina finds Lorenzo more distant and suspicious. What seemed like a promising opportunity for her career turns out to be an obstacle in their relationship. The lack of communication between the couple increases with each passing day, and Lorenzo's suspicions intensify. Celina, on the other hand, finds herself caught in an emotional dilemma, torn between her career and her relationship. Nights once filled with laughter and plans for the future are now marked by silence and mutual incomprehension. The emotional distance between them grows exponentially, eroding the foundations of the love that once united them. As she tries to find the balance between her professional aspirations and the stability of her marriage, Celina plunges into an internal journey of questioning and conflict. The decision to go ahead with the pregnancy becomes an even greater emotional burden for Celina, who finds herself confronted with secrets from the past threaten her future with Lorenzo. Upon returning from Celina's trip, Lorenzo notices subtle changes in her behavior. She begins to have moments of introspection and long silences that were not part of her previously expansive personality. To Lorenzo, Celina's constant excuses to avoid intimacy between the couple sound like a growing emotional barrier between them. Trying to remain calm and understanding, he questions whether the decision to travel was really timely. Celina's constant lack of communication and affection fuels the doubts that begin to take over Lorenzo's thoughts. He finds himself torn between the desire to trust his beloved wife and the clear signs that something has changed deeply between them. The growing emotional distance casts a shadow over the happiness they once shared, leaving Lorenzo in a state of bewilderment and concern. As Lorenzo faced the news of Celina's pregnancy with a mixture of surprise and joy, he felt a whirlwind of emotions invade his heart. The idea of becoming a father for the first time brought with it a mix of responsibility, happiness, and uncertainty. Although they had planned to start a family, the sudden news seemed to challenge all the expectations they had set for the future. He found himself faced with the challenge of reconciling the new phase of fatherhood with the emotional conflicts that had been arising between him and Celina in recent times. The discovery of the pregnancy, far from being just a moment of celebration, brought with it deep questions about the current state of their relationship and the prospects for the future. As he prepared to welcome the little miracle that was on the way, Lorenzo knew that his journey as a father would be marked by unexpected challenges and necessary sacrifices to ensure a loving and stable home for his child. At the crucial moment of Celina's premature birth, the flickering lights of the hospital echoed the tension in the air. Lorenzo's racing heart beat in tune with the heart monitor next to his beloved wife's bed. The medical team, made up of attentive nurses and a serious obstetrician, prepared for the emergency cesarean section. The news that Celina was in premature labor shook Lorenzo to his core, as he struggled to remain calm in the face of the imminent arrival of his son. The baby, even though not biologically his, represented a bridge between the couple's past and future. As Celina was rushed into the operating room, Lorenzo felt a mix of emotions. Fear, hope, and determination dominate his thoughts. Anxiously awaiting news of the risky procedure that could change their lives forever, he clung to the last words exchanged with his wife before the intervention. "This child is another man." The secret revealed at the most fragile moment in their lives, challenged them to find the strength to move forward, united by a love that transcended blood tie. As the child was being born, Lorenzo was overcome with emotion. The shocking news of the baby's true paternity shook his emotional foundations, but his determination to be a loving and present father was unshakable. As he held the little one in his arms for the first time, Lorenzo felt an overwhelming mix of love, compassion, and courage. He looked at this fragile being with eyes full of hope and unconditional acceptance. As the family faced the challenges of the revelation that would change their lives forever, Lorenzo took on the responsibility not only as a biological father, but as a loving guide willing to love and protect the one he would now call his son with all his heart. Even faced with the uncertainty of the future and the emotional scars that the revelation brought to light, Lorenzo remained steadfast in his commitment to give the baby all the love and support he needed to grow up strong and happy. With the birth of a healthy baby and the surprising revelation, Lorenzo finds himself facing a new challenge that will test his limits and resilience. Determined to save the life of Celina, who was struggling with postpartum complications, he begins a race against time in search of a compatible donor for a heart transplant. To do so, he mobilizes friends, family, and even strangers, sharing the couple's moving story on social media in a desperate campaign for hope and solidarity. Time unfolds tense and uncertain, with every second counting in the balance between life and death. Emotions on edge mix with the compassionate gestures of those who decide to join the cause, and a support network forms around the family. While anxiously awaiting news of the possible donor, Lorenzo maintains his unwavering faith and unconditional love for Celina, promising to face any obstacle to keep her alive and back in the arms of the family that loves her so much. Months after the birth of the baby and Celina's recovery, a new chapter begins in the couple's lives. Celina's revelation about the abuse suffered by her boss, owner of the newspaper where she worked, shakes Lorenzo's structures and exposes the hidden scars she carried. Celina's belated confession about the traumas that had haunted her since before her pregnancy sheds light on the distant behaviors and repressed emotions that had been affecting the couple's relationship. Lorenzo, shaken by the revelation, finds himself at a crossroads between anger at the injustice suffered by Celina and understanding the silent torments she faced in secret. As he tries to assimilate the consequences of this new chapter in their lives, Lorenzo's unshakable love for Celina becomes his anchor amid his emotional turmoil. Together, they face the ghosts of the past and seek together to rebuild the trust and stability that were shaken by the painful revelations. Amidst the rubble of broken promises and the wreckage of the past, family found the strength to rise again. Every scar, every tear shed, was a reminder of the battles fought and the sacrifices made in the name of love and redemption. With hearts torn apart but united by the determination to move forward, Celina and Lorenzo faced the rubble of their old life and began to build a new tomorrow. Sleepless nights filled with painful arguments gave way to early mornings of shared silence and gestures of mutual compassion. Amidst the ruins of what had once been a happy home, they built the walls of restored trust and planted the seeds of renewal. The journey toward rebuilding was not easy, but their unwavering love for each other was the solid foundation upon which they built a new story of forgiveness, acceptance, and hope. At the height of the challenges that shook the family structure, a new dawn emerges. Celina and Lorenzo's resilience in the face of adversity becomes an inspiration to all who witnessed their journey of pain and redemption. Each step towards rebuilding was marked by tears of regret, smiles of reconciliation, hugs full of meaning. The strength of the love, that indissoluble bond between Celina, Lorenzo, and the son who connects them beyond the boundaries of biology. It is in rebuilding shattered dreams that they find the strength to rise again, creating a legacy of love and resilience for future generations. Share this touching story with those you love. Thank you for following along on this intense journey. Stay tuned for more impactful stories.